Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting genuinely informed with, surprising facts and hopefully just enough humor to keep you listening.
Always the goal.
So today, we are diving headfirst into something that, well, pretty much everyone thinks about at some point.
Yeah.
Commitment. Specifically, that huge, sometimes kind of scary decision about marriage.
It's a massive life moment, right? Steeped in tradition, personal hope.
And these days,
Yeah.
a lot of confusion, often amplified, maybe even distorted by reality TV.
Oh, definitely. Reality TV loves to take these universal human dilemmas and just spin them into high drama.
And that brings us right to our topic, The Ultimatum. Netflix's huge hit show that takes the whole should we get married question and pushes it somewhere really out there.
It's an incredibly bold concept. You have these couples, right? One person's ready for marriage, the other isn't. Doubts, reluctance, whatever.
Yeah, the classic stalemate.
Exactly. And the show's solution, it's pretty radical. They do a trial marriage, but with a new partner.
Totally new person. For 3 weeks.
Right. And then they do another 3-week trial marriage, but this time back with their original partner.
Before they have to decide. Marry or split. For good.
It's framed as this, daring social experiment designed to accelerate that big decision.
But let's be honest, it mostly seems to accelerate the drama.
Well, yes, that too. High-stakes emotional chaos is pretty much guaranteed.
So for this deep dive, we've gathered a bunch of stuff articles breaking down the rules, how it works, the global version.
Which are fascinating in their own right.
Totally. And crucially, we've looked into the real-world outcomes, especially for the season 3 couples. What actually happened after the cameras left?
The juicy stuff.
Exactly. Our mission, as always, is to give you the shortcut, help you understand this cultural phenomenon, give you insights into relationships under insane pressure.
Because really, beyond the OMG moments and the entertainment, there's a lot here about human psychology. Decision-making, what makes relationships tick or fall apart.
Yeah. It's a concentrated look at some fundamental questions about love and commitment,
Absolutely. So let's get into the core concept, the ultimatum.
Right. The basic setup is actually super relatable, even if the method is extreme. It's about that core relationship problem. One person in a long-term thing, usually a year or more.
So they're invested. Time, emotion.
Right. And that person is ready, like 100% ready for marriage. But their partner, not so much. They're hesitant, maybe need more time, maybe just aren't sure.
It's a really common sticking point, and it can be incredibly painful, right? It creates this limbo. One person feels stuck, maybe their biological clock is ticking, or they just know.
While the other might have cold feet or commitment issues, or maybe even real doubts about compatibility they haven't voiced.
Exactly. Creates this power imbalance, tension.
Yeah.
One person feels like their future is on hold.
And that's where the show's title comes in, The Ultimatum. It's not just catchy. It is the premise.
One partner has basically said, look, marry me or we're done. It forces the issue.
An issue a lot of couples might avoid for years.
Right?
Out of comfort or fear.
Absolutely. So the show steps in with this intense 8-week process, supposedly to break the deadlock and give them clarity.
The stated goal, anyway. The show pitches it as this, life-changing opportunity to get a glimpse of 2 different futures.
The theory being, if you try living with someone new, then go back to your original partner, you'll suddenly know what you truly want. Accelerated clarity.
Or accelerated heartbreak. Seems like a 50-50 shot, maybe worse odds.
It's definitely a pressure cooker. It's designed to speed things up, which might otherwise take years or maybe never happen, leaving people stuck.
And guiding them through this whole social experiment are Nick and Vanessa Lachey.
Who also host Love is Blind, another big Netflix dating show.
Right. Now, you mentioned the goal is clarity. But what about the risks? The psychological side of this?
That's the crux of it, isn't it? The potential benefits versus the inherent risks. On one side, you could argue the intensity forces clarity.
Like rips off the Band-Aid.
Sort of. Takes away the comfort zone, throws you into new dynamics. Maybe it does show you what you value, what you miss, or what you definitely don't want. Shakes off complacency.
Okay. I can see that argument.
But the flip side is huge. Is it really a reliable path to clarity? Or is it just a catalyst for, chaos?
Yeah. I mean, you're tearing apart relationships, throwing new attractive people into the mix, while your partner's doing the same thing, sometimes in the next apartment.
It sounds like a recipe for jealousy, insecurity, trust issues.
Exactly. Less self-discovery, more emotional meltdown potential, right?
The manufactured drama isn't accidental. It's kind of the point, commercially speaking. Watching your partner connect with someone else, that's deeply wounding for most people.
It introduces hurts that might never have been there otherwise.
And these quick, intense bonds formed under pressure, they might feel real in the moment, but are they sustainable outside the bubble? It's a huge gamble. Clarity versus potential trauma.
Okay, so that's the big picture. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the rules. How this 8-week experiment actually works, step by step.
Because the structure is very specific, almost like a lab protocol.
Designed to push buttons. Okay, step 1, introduction of couples.
Right. First episode, you meet the 6 couples, each one facing that ultimatum.
And they don't just show up. They explain why they're there. Their side of the story, their hopes, their fears. You get names like Alexis and Hunter, Madeline and Colby from season 1. They lay it all out.
That part's crucial. It grounds everything, forces them to articulate the problems before the chaos starts, sets the baseline.
They even get a little quality time together, like a last date before the storm, then the initial breakup.
Which must be brutal in itself.
Then step 2, meeting new people and the dating period. The original couple split, and suddenly, after maybe years together, they're back in the dating pool.
But it's a very weird pool. Everyone's in the same boat.
They date each other. Group settings, one-on-ones, activities like Never Have I Ever to, speed things along.
Create connections, reveal stuff quickly.
So this immediate dive back into dating, often with your ex watching. That pressure cooker effect you mentioned, what does that reveal? Is it about finding someone new? Or is it like a reaction, defiance, getting validation?
That's a really insightful question. It's complex. It tests their self-awareness, right? Some might look for someone who's the opposite of their ex, try and fix past problems.
Makes sense.
Others might use it as a mirror. Seeing someone new makes them realize what they miss or what they truly value in their original partner, or maybe confirms their doubts.
And the ex being right there just ramps up the tension on every single interaction.
Absolutely. Every glance, every laugh is magnified. It's never just about the new person. It's always partly about the old relationship.
Sky-high stakes from minute 1.
Oh.
Okay, then comes step 3, the selection ceremony. After about a week of this frantic dating.
They have to choose one person to live with for 3 weeks.
And it's public. Big dinner table, stand up, declare your choice, say why.
Super dramatic. The chosen person then accepts or declines publicly, maybe chooses someone else if they're not feeling it.
Oh, the cringe potential. High drama by design. Forces commitment, even if it's temporary.
Right. It weaponizes social pressure, makes it harder to back out later, creates this public record of their feelings.
Okay, choices made, drama ensued. Now, step 4, living with the new partner. 3 weeks of trial marriage.
The new pairs move into apartments, often in the same building, like Love is Blind.
And they have to integrate them, meet family, friends.
Yeah, make it feel real. Plus, there are group meetups, so everyone sees how their original partner is doing with their new trial spouse.
Just constantly stirring the pot.
So how does this intense, short cohabitation work? Does it fast-track real bonds or just expose flaws super quickly?
I'm bringing family and friends into it. Wow, that adds another layer. It's not just dating anymore.
It makes the temporary feel incredibly significant, blurs the lines between the experiment and real feelings. It can accelerate intimacy, sure, but also friction. Things that might take months to show up in normal dating can surface in days.
Okay, 3 intense weeks later. Step 5, reunion with original partner. Back they go. For another 3 weeks of trial marriage, but with the person they came with.
And this phase is all about the candid conversations.
All but Kaka. The really hard, awkward, probably tearful talks about their experiences, their feelings now, what they learned living with someone else.
While their partner is doing the exact same processing.
The emotional whiplash must be insane. Going from a new, maybe exciting dynamic straight back to the old one with all its history and baggage, plus the new baggage from the experiment.
How does that comparison play out? Does it make them appreciate their original partner more? Like, wow, I really miss this.
Or does it solidify the feeling that, yeah, the new thing is better? Or maybe just being single is better. It forces that direct comparison.
Exactly. They've now lived 2 potential futures, however artificial. They compare everything: daily life, support, conflict, chemistry. It can powerfully reaffirm the original bond.
Or totally destroy it.
Yeah.
Confirming that, yeah, it's time to move on. No more ambiguity.
It's a direct confrontation with what they want.
And finally, after all that, step 6, ultimatum day. The grand finale.
The moment of truth. Original couples face each other, make the call, get married, or break up for good.
No gray area. No, let's keep trying. It's yes or no.
High pressure, high emotion, and
Yeah.
then, of course,
Step 7, the reunion special. Months later, they check back in. Who's still together? Who's split? Any new romances?
gotta have the reunion. And adding that layer you mentioned, the fact that Vanessa Lachey reportedly gave Nick an ultimatum herself.
Right. It adds this whole meta thing to their hosting. Makes you wonder how much their own experience informs how they guide the couples.
Definitely gives them a unique perspective, an unspoken empathy, perhaps.
Okay, so that's the original U.S. format. But this thing has gone global.
Which is fascinating in itself. Shows how universal these relationship dilemmas are.
For sure. The original, the ultimatum, marry or move on, started in 2022, 3 seasons so far. That's the blueprint.
Establish the core concept.
Then there's the ultimatum, queer love, launched 2023, 2 seasons, hosted by Joanna Garcia Swisher.
And this version is really significant. Same format, but it specifically focuses on the queer experience.
What does that mean in practice? How does it change things?
Well, it adds so much depth. It's not just about, do I want to marry you? It tackles the external pressures, family acceptance, what marriage even means for queer individuals in society. It brings in broader societal issues.
Yeah, more layers than just the couple's dynamic.
Exactly. It explores commitment within a larger context of identity and acceptance. Makes it incredibly poignant, I think.
Okay. Then we go international, the ultimatum. France. First one outside the U.S., 2022.
And the big difference there, no physical host.
Just a voiceover, like a documentary.
Pretty much. Common in French reality TV, apparently, but yeah, feels different, maybe jarring to U.S. viewers used to the locas being right there.
Huh. How did that change the vibe? Does it feel more detached? Less emotional support for the contestants, maybe?
That's a great question. It could make it feel more observational, less hand-holding. Maybe the participants interact more naturally without a host guiding things, or maybe it feels more isolating for them.
And the cultural differences must still be obvious, even with the same core problem.
Oh, definitely. The sources say while the commitment issues are universal, the way they play out shows clear cultural nuances. The no-host format might even highlight those more, without that mediating presence.
Interesting. And the newest one, The Ultimatum, South Africa, launched 2024. Hosted by a celebrity couple there, Salamina and Chippo Mozise.
Right, offering another distinct cultural background, but keeping that core manufactured drama. It's pitched as something familiar but fresh.
What does it say that this specific kind of intense format travels so well across the U.S., France, South Africa, queer communities?
I think it speaks volumes about shared human anxieties around love, partnership, security, the fear of making the wrong choice. These core emotional struggles seem to resonate everywhere, even if cultural details differ. Commitment is just universally complicated.
Okay, let's get into the aftermath. Season 3, debuted December 2024. Netflix's site Tutum gave us the updates.
This is where we see the real-world consequences. Did the experiment work?
We had the 6 couples, Zayn and JR, Nick and Sandy, Mariah and Caleb, Scotty and Aria, Chanel and Micah, and Vanessa and Dave. Let's start with the splits.
Always tough, but often revealing.
First, Zayn and JR. Zayn gave the ultimatum. JR, in his trial marriage with Sandy, formed a physical and emotional connection. Zayn, paired with Scotty, seemed more focused on her original relationship.
And that smooch with Sandy was a big blow-up moment, right?
Huge. Zayn was furious post-show. JR apparently ghosted her.
Ouch.
Zayn stayed friends with Scotty, though. JR reportedly went to therapy, recognized his addiction issues played a role, and decided not to date for a while. And now, both are fitness gurus, separately.
Wow. Okay, so the experiments seem to highlight pre-existing issues, like JR's addiction. The kiss wasn't the cause, maybe just a symptom that broke things open.
Yeah, widen the existing cracks, like you said.
Yeah.
The fitness thing is an interesting parallel journey for both of them, though.
Finding a healthier focus, perhaps.
Next split, Nick and Sandy, described as having one of the most tumultuous journeys. Sandy connected strongly with JR, causing drama. And Vanessa secretly left her trial marriage with Nick to be with Dave.
So Nick got kind of left hanging.
Yeah. Sandy later said she regretted some of her actions. Post-show, they definitely didn't make it. Nick's dating someone new, focusing on friendship and kindness, says he grew a lot.
And Sandy?
She felt their relationship was far too dark and unhealthy. Tells you a lot. The weird part, they both vacationed in Cabo around the same time, but separately stayed like 20 minutes apart.
Wow. Awkward.
Right. Sandy still has their pics on Instagram, though. And Nick opened up about his addiction struggles on a podcast, The Vile Files.
Again, it seems the show exposed really deep, maybe toxic issues. Sandy calling it dark and unhealthy is powerful. The Cabo thing maybe shows they're still processing, or just a coincidence. Nick sharing his story publicly suggests the show is a catalyst for him too.
Yeah, facing things head on after the fact. Okay, third split, Aria and Scotty. They actually left engaged.
Oh, okay. A hopeful start.
Right. Despite Scotty being jealous about Aria's bond with Caleb during their trial, they moved in together post-show. But Aria called off the engagement. Reason: lack of communication.
A classic relationship killer.
Totally. Aria's single now, but she made good friends with Sandy and Zaina. Scotty said 2024 was the hardest year of his life, ended it a broken man. But he's on a self-love journey now and found validation in his trial bond with Zaina.
That's tough. Shows that even an engagement coming out of the show isn't guaranteed if fundamental issues like communication aren't there. Scotty's journey sounds incredibly painful, but maybe ultimately healing. Finding validation platonically is interesting too.
Okay, enough heartbreak. Let's talk success stories. Couple still together. First, Mariah and Caleb.
How did they fare? Mariah had a tough run on the show, right? Single during the trials.
Yeah, uniquely isolating for her. Caleb was paired with Aria, and he actually credits Aria with helping him realize he was ready for marriage and family.
Interesting. Clarity came from the trial partner.
Right, Mariah's isolation nearly derailed them, but post-show, they got engaged on Ultimatum Day. They're still together, planning a wedding in Hawaii for 2026.
That's amazing. So Caleb needed that external perspective from Aria, and maybe Mariah's time alone gave her clarity too. It shows the unpredictable ways this thing can work.
Totally. Next success, Micah and Chanel.
Yeah.
Came in eager. Micah felt something different with his trial partner Mariah. Chanel was paired with Dave. But
Look at that.
they secretly met up during the trials, talked it out, realized they wanted to be together, and just left the experiment early. Together. Skip the finale.
Bold move. Did it work out?
Totally. Sources say they're happily dating, nothing but smiles, posting lovey stuff on social media. Found their way back by kind of breaking the rules.
That suggests the threat of the experiment, the what if, actually solidified their bond very quickly. They didn't need the full process to know.
Exactly. And finally, Vanessa and Dave. Vanessa issued the ultimatum. During the trials, Vanessa with Nick, Dave with Chanel, they were clearly still focused on each other.
Lots of checking in.
Yeah, and they also had a secret meeting to reconnect. Post-show. Engaged. And apparently fallen deeper in love.
Wow. Another couple that prioritized their original bond.
And Vanessa revealed something important. She left her trial with Nick, partly because of his alleged volatile, manipulative, and other concerning behavior, choosing her mental health.
That's crucial. Shows the trial can expose negative traits too, not just positive connections.
Right. Now they've bought a house, found clarity through having lots of heavy and emotional conversations after the show.
That makes sense. They used the experience, however chaotic, to build better communication. It wasn't just the experiment. It was the work they did afterward.
So looking at these outcomes, splits versus successes, what are the big takeaways? Seems like communication issues and underlying problems just got blown up for the couples who failed.
Definitely. Pre-existing cracks widened under pressure. Addiction, unhealthy dynamics, lack of communication. The experiment acted like a stress test they couldn't pass.
Whereas the successful ones, maybe a clearer intention towards each other, or just a real willingness to work through the stuff the show brought up, like Vanessa and Dave talking things through.
Exactly. Either the bond was strong enough to withstand the test, perhaps even strengthened by it, or they actively used the insights, however painfully gained, to fix things. And that factor of having flaws exposed on TV.
Yeah, that adds a whole other level of pressure, right? Makes it harder to ignore things.
Absolutely. Force is a reckoning. You can't hide from it when millions are watching. It seems the show accelerates relationship trajectories towards resolution or dissolution.
It hits fast forward on the inevitable, maybe.
Something like that. It's a magnifying glass.
So, thinking about the wider reality TV world, The Ultimatum really is one of Netflix's most daring experiments, isn't it? It carves out its own space.
It does. By focusing on existing couples and forcing that active comparison with new partners, it's different from shows that start from scratch or just test passive loyalty.
Yeah, it's more direct, more potentially brutal, and it connects to other shows people love, like Love is Blind, same creators, same hosts, marrying someone before you see them. Wild in a different way.
Totally different test. Emotional connection versus physical.
Then Temptation Island, separating couples, throwing attractive singles at them. More about loyalty under direct temptation.
Right. More focused on fidelity, often leading to huge conflict and breakups too. A different kind of pressure test.
And perfect match, bringing back stars from various shows for another go. Fun for fans.
Like an all-star game for reality dating. Each show explores love, commitment, loyalty differently, but always under that reality TV microscope, manipulating situations to see what happens.
They're like little labs for relationships.
In a highly dramatic, often ethically questionable, but undeniably watchable way.
So if you, listening, get sucked into these shows like we do, there's a whole universe out there. Check out Just Watch or similar sites. You can filter by genre, find your next ginge. Plenty of human drama to analyze.
Always more rabbit holes.
Okay, wrapping up this deep dive, we went from the wild premise of the Ultimatum, through its intricate rules,
The global variations, which are fascinating.
to the real-life fallout for the Season 3 cast, the splits, the successes.
It's been a journey into relationship complexity, commitment, and what happens under extreme intentional pressure. Hopefully it gives you some insight into those big life decisions on screen and maybe off.
For sure. And the sources called Season 3 Juicy said the show pushes contestants to their limits, which leaves us with that big question.
Does this extreme experiment really help couples find clarity and love?
Or is the manufactured drama just exposing vulnerabilities for entertainment, regardless of whether the final decisions are actually healthy or sustainable?
And maybe, what's our role as viewers consuming these really intense personal stories?
Definitely something to chew on. A provocative thought indeed.
It is a lot to consider.
Until next time, keep digging deeper.